Good afternoon and welcome to News 9. I'm Nolan Pinto. Now, in a shocking incident, a girl was found brutally raped and murdered near Udupi. The deceased has been identified as 17-year-old Ratna Kothari. Now, she was a pre-university student and had gone missing mysteriously on the 9th of July. Now, it's a chilling reminder of the rape and murder of Saujanya that occurred in Beltangadi almost 2 years ago. In fact, in a shocking incident, a girl was found brutally raped and murdered near Udupi. The deceased has been identified as 17-year-old Ratna Kothari. She was a pre-university student and had gone missing mysteriously on the 9th of July. It's a chilling reminder of the rape and murder of Saujanya that occurred in Beltangadi almost 2 years ago. In fact, even in the Saujanya case, the police made no headway. The big question is, will the police actually try and find out the assailants who committed this gruesome crime on this 17-year-old girl? Now, the incident took place on the 9th of July. Her body was found this morning. In fact, we now have with us the SP of Udupi, Mr. Bodalingaya. Sir, can you first tell us more about this? What really happened? When was her mortal remains, her body found?
The body was found in the morning. The localites have informed us, and after that we went to the spot. It was found in the morning.
So, and do you have any suspects in hand? Do you all suspect anyone?
No, first of all, we are not sure about the cause of death and how it has happened. More than the cause, how exactly the death has happened. In fact, a team of expert doctors from Manipal, medical college in Manipal, they came and they in fact visited the spot, and they'll be conducting a postmortem on the body, this afternoon. Only after that, once we get to know the cause of death and the mode of death, then we'll be able to, come to a conclusion how it has happened and possibly who would have done it. So, till you get to know the cause of death and the mode of death, it's difficult, I think it's very premature for us to comment on the suspect or anything like that.
All right. So, have forensic experts reached the spot and have they started investigating?
Yes. They had visited the spot. They did the, basic procedure that they're supposed to do. They took the photographs, and after that the body has been, it is being transported to mortuary in Manipal. It is about 2 hours away from this particular place where the incident has happened. So the body is on the way. It will take more than another hour and a half to reach the mortuary, and after that they will be conducting a postmortem. Then only we will be able to conclude.
Right. So what really happened? Was she on her way to the college when this happened, or was she on her way home when it happened?
She was on her way back home actually after completing the college on 9th evening.
All right. Have you spoken to her friends or such? Was she alone when this happened?
Yeah. I personally spoke to a couple of her friends, and her house is about 3 kilometers away from the college. Till about 2 kilometers or so, they came as a team. The 3 of them were there, and this girl took a deviation at particular junction. After that, from that junction, the incident, the body is found about 300 meters away from that particular junction, where she deviated from that junction.
All right. Can you give us some information about this girl? Because what we know is that she's a 17-year-old pre-university student.
Yes, she's been a student in Shirur Government Junior College, and she's studying her first PUC Commerce.
First year of University Commerce. All right.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Bodalingaya, this particular case is very similar to the Saujanya case. A pre-university girl.
I don't want to comment, about that case, but till we, get the specific opinions from the doctors. It's difficult for us to say about much about this case. Certainly, we have taken this case very seriously. We will be forming the teams, and we're sure that we are going to detect this case.
Right, Mr. Bodalingaya. Thank you very much for speaking to News9. In fact, that was Dr. Borlinga, the SP of Udupi, stating that her body, her mortal remains, are on the way to the mortuary in Manipal, where the post-mortem would be conducted. Now, what really happened was that when she was on her way home from her college, now it's stated that her college is about a mere 3 kilometers away. Her friends were with her till about 2 kilometers. Thereafter, she took a deviation at a junction which is about 1 kilometer from her home. Her body was found on the 9th, about 300 meters away from that junction where she took a deviation. As of now, the police have set up teams. They're looking into this. In fact, Dr. Borlinga, the SP of Udupi, has stated that they are looking into this very seriously. The police teams are on it. Forensic experts have reached the spot. They have already started questioning her friends. Investigations are on, but he did not want to comment more till the post-mortem report actually comes out, which will take some time. In fact, if you have just tuned into News9, this is a shocking incident wherein a girl was found brutally raped and murdered near Udupi. The deceased has been identified as 17-year-old Ratna Kothari. She was a pre-university student and had gone missing mysteriously on the 9th of July. Now, this is in fact a chilling reminder of the rape and murder of Saujanya that occurred almost 2 years ago in Beltangadi. Now, in that case, she was also a pre-university student. But almost 2 years ago in the month of October, on the 9th again, that incident took place. Now, this incident has taken place on the 9th of July. Now, to discuss more about this, I'm joined by my colleague Nishchita. Nishchita, a lot of similarities in both these cases. A lot of, if you're talking about numerical similarities, on the 9th, they were pre-university students. They were on. One was on the way home, one was on the way to the college.
That's right. A lot of similarities in this particular case, and they come from the same region. Of course, it is not close to where the Dharmasthala College is situated, to which Saujanya belonged to, but the Shirur Composite PU College comes closer to Kundapur. There is a considerable distance between the two colleges, but the nature of this entire crime seems almost identical here, Nolan. This 17-year-old pre-university student was going to college in the morning. The only difference being that the Saujanya case took place somewhere in the afternoon after she was returning from college, and the Ratna case took place in the morning when she was heading to college. Now, she went mysteriously missing, just like Saujanya did. For almost 2 days, the parents had no idea where Saujanya was. Same was the case with Ratna Kothari. After which, they stumbled upon her body. Some woman who had gone into the forest to pick up leaves accidentally stumbled upon the body when she sensed a foul smell emanating from the forest area. They found the decomposed body of Ratna Kothari, and she was wearing her uniform, her college uniform, just like how we saw in the case of Saujanya. Her college bag was found nearby, is what we understand, and probably the police officials will look into clues into the college bag, see the signs of struggle, probably look for clues as to who exactly could be behind this particular horrendous act. Now, this comes even before the entire region has recovered from the Saujanya shocker. It was after much unrest in the region has the case been handed over to the CID, and we also understand that investigations are still underway in the Saujanya case, after which the people had refused to accept any such crime taking place in their area. But here is yet another similar, very, very similar case coming to light. Now, we understand that the forensic team from Manipal are on their way to look into the spot. So, but before that, like in Saujanya's case, there might have been a certain amount of damage done to the scene of crime as far as the evidence is concerned, thanks to the locals coming in and trampling around the area, or for that matter, even the incessant rains that we have seen in the last 2 days. The coastal region also has been fairly cloudy and has witnessed rainfall, so a certain amount of evidence could have been damaged in that case as well. Almost similar, although Saujanya's case took place in October, which was in the middle of the monsoon season, we are seeing Ratna Kothari's case taking place in July. Almost identical scenes that we are witnessing here. Although in Saujanya's case she was abducted, or she was taken away in full public view is what we understand, but in Ratna Kothari's case she was believed to have been kidnapped from a desolate stretch of road at the Savantagudde, which is close to the Baindur police station, and the girl was walking towards her college when she got abducted is what we understand. This is the sequence of events that have been stitched together by the investigating officials, but of course once the forensic team reached the spot and tried to get as much evidence from the location where her body was found. Probably we'll get to know more details. Whether this is a case like Saujany's where the crime must have taken place elsewhere and the body must have been dumped here is something also that the police officials need to tell us. Also, whether there are any indications as to whether this is a case of rape and murder alone, or whether it is a case of vengeance, whether it is a case of family feud. Now, these are the details that need to stumble up. But we understand that Ratna Kothari, like Saujanya, comes from a very, very humble background. And the family members come from are absolutely distraught with such an event taking place in their house and are unable to come to terms with it. For the last 2 days, they have been frantically looking for their 17-year-old daughter, and now this is the horror that comes before them. They want justice, but of course the police officials now are just initiating investigations, Nolan. Probably in the next few hours, once the forensic team comes in and collects evidence, we will get a little more clarity on what exactly happened in this particular case.
Now, Nishita, all this goes to show that women are really not safe in the state, because here you're talking about college girls who are going to college and coming back home. I mean, they themselves are not safe.
That's right, Nolan. Well, we have seen in the past numerous leaders going on to state that it is modernization that is leading to such assault on women. But here are two similar cases where these are 17-year-olds. They probably do not even have mobile phones with them or any sort of technology. They are only going and coming back from college. They come from a semi-rural area, and this is what happens. They are brutally kidnapped, raped, and found murdered. Their bodies dumped in the forest region. This is absolutely horrific turn of events. We saw a huge uproar across the country because of the Badao gang rape case of Uttar Pradesh. But what about Karnataka? When will Karnataka wake up and actually protest against such issues and demand that the guilty be brought to book? Even in the Saujanya case, once the case has been handed over to the CID, the investigating officials, there has been absolutely no clamor about the incident. In fact, we see people being absolutely mum on this entire issue, especially in our state, and yet another girl falling prey to such hooliganism and such absolute criminal activities. It is about time that people wake up and demand action against whoever is responsible for such a horrific act, Nolan.
Right, Nishita, thank you very much for all those details. In fact, another girl has lost her life, and this time it bears a lot of similarities to what happened in the Saujanya case almost 2 years ago. Now, the girl here, we have information coming in from the police, was found brutally raped and murdered near Udupi. The deceased has been identified as 17-year-old Ratna Kothari. She was a pre-university student and had gone missing mysteriously on the 9th of July. Back now in yet another shocking ATM robbery attempt. Miscreants brutally attacked a security guard at a Corporation Bank ATM kiosk in HSR layout. However, the armed robbers were unsuccessful in their bid to loot the money and fled from the spot. Now, the victim has been identified as Samuel, who was attacked with an iron rod. He has suffered grievous injuries to his head and has been admitted to a local hospital. Now, the incident came to light when his replacement for the morning came to the ATM. He found Samuel in a pool of blood and immediately shifted him to a nearby hospital. As of now, the HSR layout police are checking the CCTV footage of the ATM kiosk to track down the assailants. In fact, this incident took place last night. We spoke to the morning shift ATM security guard Ramaswamy, who stated that he saw Samuel lying in a pool of blood when he came in the morning. He immediately called the hospital along with his relatives, and Samuel's entire face was covered with blood and hence could not speak to him. As of now, the doctors state that his condition is said to be extremely serious because of the injuries he has sustained when the miscreants used an iron rod to attack him.